most common questions we get, and that is, what size of belt should I get? The first thing you need to do is measure your waist where you're going to wear the belt. Do not base this on your pant size, actually measure your waist. So I'm gonna do this with you today. So if I measure my waist there, it's about 33. If I measure it when I'm bracing like I am when I'm lifting, it stays about the same. So I'm gonna say 33.5 is my waist measurement. Every belt has a different sizing chart for it. So just because you're a medium in one style doesn't necessarily mean you'll be a medium in another style. So always go measure your waist and look at the sizing chart on that product. We're gonna start with the Inzer Lever belt. So the Inzer belts have two different sizing charts on their product pages. They have Inzer suggested sizing, and they also have complete range of belts. It doesn't matter if it's a 10mm or 13mm, the sizing is the same for the Inzer Lever belt. So if I scroll down on the product page, there's Inzer suggested sizing, and then there's approximate complete range of the belts. We're gonna start looking at the Inzer suggested sizing. So my waist measurement was 33.5. So if we're looking at that sizing, I fall right in between a medium and a large. A medium goes 30 to 33 inches and a large is 34 to 38 inches. In this situation, what I usually recommend is order the size based on your future body weight plans. If you intend to get bigger or you might gain size, then go with the bigger size. If you're planning to get smaller, you might lose size, go with this lower one. So we're gonna look at the Inzer suggested sizing first. They're about 3-inch ranges that are in the center of the belt. So ideally you're gonna fall into one of those ranges. Another way to look at it is to go down to the approximate complete range of the belts and see where you fall in that category. So 33.5 inches for my measurement. The medium's range is 25.25 to 35.25. So I can see that I would be on the biggest end of that belt. And then the large ranges from 31.25 to 41.25. So I'd be closer to the smaller end of the belt. So I'm gonna show you how both of those would fit. A lot of this sizing, if you fall into sort of between the categories like I do, is going to come down to personal preference. Both will fit, but you might prefer to wear it on one of the bigger holes and not have much overlap, or you might prefer to wear it on one of the smaller holes and have a lot of overlap. So let's try some belts on. So this belt here is an Inzer Forever Lever belt in 10mm, and this is a medium. So I set the buckle where I think it should work best for me, and we'll give it a try here. I'm just gonna do it up. That feels pretty good. Now the lever itself does need some pressure against it in order to stay shut. This one feels like if yeah, there it goes. It's gonna pop open on me because it's not quite tight enough. So this often happens, especially as the belts are brand new and they haven't been broken in. The back piece is gonna try and push against the outside piece, and that's causing it to pop open. Nothing about the lever mechanism itself actually locks in, okay? It needs that pressure against it. So because it's not quite tight enough on me, it can just pop open without me doing anything. So I need to move it one hole tighter, and that should fix the problem. So we're back. We've moved the lever one hole smaller, and we should try it on again, and I believe the lever should stay shut, but we'll find out. And they're always so stiff to start. That feels better. I'll just do a little bit of moving here. And I don't think it's gonna pop open. So that's usually the fix. Your lever isn't broken. It just needs to be moved one tighter so that it has enough pressure against it to stay shut. Again, the lever itself doesn't actually lock in. It needs that pressure from your body against it to stay nice and snug. So for me, my waist measurement is 33.5. In the medium belt, I have 3 more holes to get bigger. So I'm on sort of the bigger end of the medium belt, and we'll see how it fits. There we go. That feels good to me. That's about where I would wear my belt normally in training. So the medium fits pretty good. I don't have a lot of room to get bigger with the medium, but I have a fair bit of room to get smaller. So again, depending on your body weight plans, choose your belt size accordingly. So here in this red belt is a large 10mm Inzer Lever belt. I've got it set to what I think should be the right hole for me. So obviously in this one I have a little bit more overlap than I did in the medium, and I've got 3 holes to get smaller in this belt. For me personally, I like having a lot of overlap in my lever belts, So I'd probably go with the large over the medium. I probably won't get too much smaller, so I still have a little bit of room. That should be enough. I've got room to get bigger should that happen. And also with equipped lifting, you usually end up wearing your belt a little bit bigger. So if you do that, you might want to take that into the equation as well. So again, that's how I would size in the Inzer lever belt. So there's a little summary of how to measure for your Inzer belt. The biggest thing is measure actually around your waist where you're going to wear the belt, and don't base it on your pant size. And then look at those 2 sizing charts that we provide on our website. Try and fall into the middle of the sizing chart. If you can fall into the middle of an Inzer suggested sizing, that'll be your best bet. If you're in between a couple of sizes, look at the complete range and see which end of the spectrum you'd rather be on. Hopefully that helps you with sizing the belt. If you have any questions about what size would be right for you, send us an email, leave a comment below. We'll be happy to help. Our goal is always to get you in the right size belt on the first try.